Let's look at the second problem. The population of a colony of mosquitoes obeys the law of uninhibited growth. That means our K is going to be positive. If there were 1,000 mosquitoes initially, and there are 1,200 after 1 day, what is the size of the colony after 2 days? And how long is it until there are 30,000 mosquitoes? Okay, so I've written down my equation. And what do I know from the problem? There are 1,200 mosquitoes after 1 day. So that tells me that my amount, well, let's go ahead and read this too. There are 1,000 mosquitoes initially, so our initial amount is 1,000. So the 1 day would be our time. The 1,200 would be the amount at time 1, and we know our initial amount. So we want to go ahead and see what we know and what we don't know. Well, we know that the amount after 1 day is 1,200, and we know the initial amount was 1,000. It does not tell us the growth rate, so we don't know K, but we know that that 1,200 occurred after 1 day, so our T is 1. So the first thing we have to do before we do any solving of the questions that are asked is to find out what K is equal to. So I have 1,200 equals 1,000 e to the actually K power, because K times 1 is K. Now I'll divide both sides by 1,000, and I get 1.2 equals e to the K power. Now to solve for the variable, I rewrite this as a logarithm, and we say natural log, because log base e of 1.2 equals K. Now, because this is going to be used in future parts of the problem, I don't want to use the calculator and get a decimal, because if I round it, I may be missing something in my final answer. So we're just going to leave K as natural log of 1.2. Okay, so now let's see what our equation becomes. It becomes A of T equals our initial amount, which is 1,000, times e to the K power. K is natural log 1.2 times T. So that's the equation that I'm working from, and I want to know what is the colony size after 2 days. So after 2 days, we're going to substitute in T equals 2, and I'll have the amount after 2 days is equal to 1,000 times e to the natural log of 1.2 times 2. Now let's go into our calculator and see what that equals. 1,000 times e to the natural log of 1.2 times 2. And I get exactly 1,440. So that answers my question, what's the size of the colony after 2 days? So 1,440 mosquitoes after 2 days. Now, how long will it take until there are 30,000 mosquitoes? So we're going to use our equation again. But this time my amount is 30,000 So my amount is 30,000 equals 1,000 e to the natural log 1.2 times t power. Now we're solving for the variable, so I will divide both sides by 1,000. 30,000 divided by 1,000 is 30. So 30 equals e to the natural log 1.2 power times t. Now I'm going to write this in logarithmic form. Base e means we're going to have the log base e, or natural log, of 30 equals this exponent, natural log of 1.2 times t. And to finish my problem, I'll divide both sides by natural log of 1.2. And that'll give me my t. So going into the calculator, natural log of 30 divided by natural log of 1.2 equals 18.6549, and if we round that to one decimal, that would be 18.7. And remember that my time is in days. So in 18.7 days, I will have gone from 1,000 mosquitoes to 30,000 mosquitoes.